Hello there. Okay, let's do this. This channel has been dead for a long time now. A few months back, I've decided to move to Toronto in Ontario. I wanted to resurrect the channel in English instead of French this time, around Christmas. But since it's almost Halloween, this is the perfect opportunity for me to talk about my second favorite movie of all time, Coraline. In the first episode of Let's Talk Theory, I'm your host Hazel Ricks. Let's do this. I remember seeing Coraline a decade ago in cinema because, yes, somehow this is still considered as a kid's movie. I was stunned, I was amazed, and even then I've always felt that there was a deeper meaning in this movie, especially around the main villain who's known as the Beldam. In the movie, we do not have any kind of backstory. Let's see what the book can teach us. But before we continue, yes, I've seen the Theorizer's video and yes, I will use some of his arguments to help myself. But go check out his work, he made a big theory about pretty much everything in that movie. What you have to remember to follow my video from his videos is that there is actually two cats, one protecting Coraline and YB while the other helps the Beldam to achieve her goals. Also, the water pit from the beginning of the movie is actually a doorway to the other world. That means that at the end of the movie, the Beldam got the key, and that is truly terrifying. But what do we know about the Beldam, except of course the fact that she eats kids? Well, in the book, we learn that she used to have a son. It seems safe to assume that she used to be a human then. Many have theorized that she was related to Coraline, like some kind of ancestors, but I think the truth is much more disturbing. Yes, the Beldam and Coraline shares a lot of physical traits, but they are not related, they are one and the same. The Beldam is actually a scared version of Coraline, driven mad by fear and power. First and foremost, the Beldam seems to be able to use magic. After all, she created another world, so she would be some kind of witch. Coraline has actually been in contact with magic in this movie quite a lot. We see it when her neighbor gave her the talisman to see the other kid's soul. Also, when she's wandering around the house, she gets splashed by her shower. In many legends, witches are weak to current water, like sunlight for a vampire. This would be a clue pointing towards her unknown magic witch power. Also, in the other world, the garden has the shape of Coraline's face, while in the normal world, it gets scarier, much more mature. It almost looks like the Beldam's face. Could this be another clue that they are one and the same? But then, why would Coraline devour the soul of little children? Because she's scared and mad. If the Beldam got the key back when Coraline threw it into the pit, which is probably a portal to the other world, then it means she might come back. So Coraline has to find another way to defeat her. She would eventually find out she has some kind of connection toward the same kind of magic the Beldam uses. Soul magic. Because yes, this is a big theme in the movie. The Beldam's magic come from the souls of the children that she devoured. For a while, Coraline gets fine by her own, but after defeating the Beldam, who says she was the real threat? As a matter of fact, in the book, we found a sentence that teases the fact that there is something ancient in the other world, something that has been spying on Coraline. She knew that if she fell in that corridor, she might never get up again. Whatever that corridor was older by far than the other mother. It was deep and slow, and it knew that she was there. End quote. By the way, thank you to ep1, who I must be butchering the name, for this quote from the book. Go check her channel out. She does amazing work on Coraline and on much more things, but we're talking about Coraline here, so thank you, Abby. So the tunnel itself might be alive, some kind of sentient entity. What if Coraline, after defeating the Beldam, was driven mad by fear of what that tunnel was, started to explore other universe, other times, maybe even time traveling to find more souls, to get stronger human souls, kids, souls. What if it was what the tunnel wanted all along? What if the tunnel was actually just looking at an almost infinite loop of Coraline defeating the Beldam to be driven mad and become the Beldam? And what if someday the Beldam finally overthrows Coraline, overpowering her and getting her soul? Could Caroline's soul be the key for the Beldam to protect herself from the tunnel? Would the Beldam stop after consuming Caroline's soul? Or would she go on a rampage to get more power, always getting stronger and finally becoming the most powerful being in the universe? If that's the case, there's only one question to ask. Who's next? Thanks for watching. You can subscribe and click on the bell to be notified when a video is uploaded. Every other video I've made is still available on the channel, but in French. You can go see the channel of the other 2 YouTubers I've mentioned and follow me on Instagram to see my piece of artworks. I'm a digital artist, by the way. The links are all in the description. Until next time, have a nice Halloween, and as always, thanks for watching.